Large armies surface from Mordor, and the Free Folk have no idea that they're coming. Today we enter War of the Ring. Hello everyone, welcome to Playstick Bits. I'm Mike, and this is Enter the Game, the show where I pick up a game based on looks, read the rulebook, answer some questions, play the game, then we review. And today we're entering War of the Ring. This game is supposed to have 205 miniatures in it, and it's Lord of the Rings, so I'm pretty excited to play it. I've been holding on to it for like a week, so I need to get into this and read the rulebook. So let's crack this open and get at it. Oh boy, these are reference sheets. This is the rulebook. This is a pretty thick rulebook for a board game. This might be a bit. All right, let's read it. All right, got my rulebook. I even got a cup of coffee, nice and hot. And let's start this monstrosity. Okay, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages left. 5 or 6 pages left. There's a lot that I still have to reread. It's a lot of rules, so I'm gonna reread this off camera, finish this up, because this is a really long rule book. I think I'll watch a video on it too, because even if I do all that, there's still gonna be times where I'm referring to this rule book, I think. So, yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Then I'll answer some questions. Alright, so I just read the rulebook. It's pretty hefty. After I did this, I set up the game, so let's get into the questions. So, how was the rulebook? It's big. There's a lot of rules in it, but they're not hard. Like, there's a couple ones that are a little complicated that I had to reread and watch a couple videos to understand, but it's just a lot. There's a lot of simple rules. I mean, I'm probably gonna forget. It's well written. It's really easy to find anything that you need. I think the summary index is going to get its use, but what's probably going to get more use is this reference sheet. You're probably going to see us using this quite a bit throughout our game, so yeah. The rules were heavy for simple rules, so not really complicated, but there's just a lot. So what do I think is really powerful in this game? The one that stands out is all the allies are going to die and they're going to stay dead. All of the orcs are actually going to come back. The good guys stay dead. So I think recruiting for the orcs is going to be really powerful. On the other end, for the good guys, I think getting the ring to Mordor is probably the most powerful. Just like in the movies. I mean, it's not very far until you actually reach Mordor. If the game is going to end fast, that's how it's going to happen. So what's my strategy? For our game, I'm going to be playing the good guys and my wife's going to be playing the orcs. So my strategy is going to be to get the ring over to Mordor. However, I'm going to separate the Fellowship to activate all the armies. My armies can't form and they can't recruit or anything until they're activated and they're moved down to war. The best way to activate them is to get these heroes out and take them to the land that they're from. It's kind of like yelling and telling the nations, hey, orcs are here, get them ready. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Get the heroes out, activate the armies, get the ring to Mordor. Do I have any more additional thoughts about the game? It's big. There's a lot of little miniatures. A lot of them look the same. I think I'm going to lose track of them. I'm going to reference the rulebook quite a bit, I think, but it does look fun. There's a lot of little mechanics, and they all add up to be a great game, I think. All right, let's get into it. I'm excited. All right, I got it all set up. I'm playing the Free People. My wife is playing the Orcs. I think I kind of got to yell because the mic and the camera are way up there, so yeah. All right, let's go. go. This is it.
2.
2. And I'm revealed. Oh, I lost.
That was really close.
Yeah, that was really close. Good game.
Good game.
Props. Alright, well. Orcs won. Due to corruption. I think we made some mistakes. I forgot all about my rings. But I'll talk more about that in a second. Alright. So I lost. Frodo and Sam got corrupted, and that was what made me lose. The orcs were really taking over, but I was holding it pretty good. I had a nice defense. It would take a while for them to get the 10 victory points they needed. But ultimately, it was the Fellowship that got corrupted, and that's why I lost. So, how are the rules? The rules were well explained. It was just, again, a lot of rules. So I was forgetting a lot of things. If you look back and see my board, you'll see on my side, on my right-hand side, I had all those rings. The Elven rings get to change a die to any die result you want, and I never used them once. And the Orc player also forgot completely about it, so we didn't get to use it. I wish I did, because there was some situations where I would have used it, but again, I forgot about it. Another thing was the Fellowship. I didn't know what happened when they entered the Mordor. At first, I believed that all the companions just kind of left and sat outside, if you had companions left over, that is. But I didn't know, so I kept them with me, but then I didn't bring Golem when I was in Mordor trying to destroy the ring. It was really confusing, and I didn't look up the rules really at the end. It was pretty well I was going to lose. So the rules, they're well explained. There's just a lot of them. Now for my strategy. My strategy was to get all the characters in their regions to activate them, and so my armies would be at war. I got Gimli up to the dwarves, and I got them activated, and I started moving them out. I got Aragorn to Gondor, and I turned them into the heir of Isildur, but all my other companions sat in my Fellowship, and I should have probably started leaking them out when I wasn't getting that much corruption. I should have kept moving them across the board. Kind of in the back, those back regions, like where the elves and the northerners are, I need to pay attention to those, I think. They didn't move all game. But my strategy was to get Frodo to Mordor, not totally focus on it, but also activate the armies. I partially activated the armies, and I did get Frodo to Mordor, so my strategy was working. Just it wasn't good enough because I lost. So my final thoughts on the game. The game's awesome. It's a great 2-player game. I really enjoy it. It says it's 4 players, but no way. I don't play with 4 players. Play with 2. I think it's awesome at 2. There's a lot of miniatures on the board. They cover up different cities and stuff, and it can get really hectic. They have a little area where you can put all your miniatures and just place a token to replace them, so it's not so big, but it still covers up a lot. So I find myself looking for a bunch of different lands that I have no idea where they are. Also, again, the rules, there's a lot of them. I'm sure I forgot a ton of them. I forgot about the rings again, really bad. But overall, if I had to rate this game, I would say an 8 out of 10. You're going to need 2 people that know the game really well and compete against each other, and that would be a lot of fun to watch or to play. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, leave a like. If you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe. And as always, I'm Mike. This is Plastic Bits, and have a good one.